Free socks. Free socks.
Welcome, everybody, to another exciting edition of the Triple B Experience Friday Nights edition, where I am solo and we will be talking about some wrestling tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The squared circle, that is right. Wrestling on this Friday Nights edition. I'm going live on my Facebook. If people have any questions, I will try to answer them the best of my ability. But I got to change my privacy settings because I don't understand why it always is like that when I try to go live. So I have no idea. And I'm going to have to switch it up. And there it is. I switched it up. See if I got any comments. See if anybody's doing something tonight because it is Friday night. And last night we had a huge show on the experience. Myself, Shane, and Cable gave our 25 movies if we had no cable. Those are the movies that we were going to watch at that time, or if we went camping or something like that. So hey, Devil, what's up? And we might talk about Rogers a little bit. Yeah. And I'm going to show the comments here. So, yeah, it was 25 movies. Next week on Thursday night, we are going to rank the MCU movies, the X-Men movies, the Spider-Man, the Blade, the Ghost Rider, all the stuff before Blade and Blade to now. Blade 1 to Thunderbolts. Right now, the three of us are going to put in tiers in 4 or 5 different stages of it's going to take a while. Shane actually got the movie posters, I think, of every movie that we're going to be talking about, so we could put them into tiers and dates, and it's going to be something. So it's going to take probably a couple weeks for that because I don't think we can do all that in one show on a Thursday because Friday people got to work. So that's going to be hard to do. But then after that, we are going to do the DC top DC movies, and then we'll get into and the reason why we're doing that on Thursday is because I haven't been watching a lot of stuff. I've been watching a little bit, but not enough to carry a whole show. And I figured sometimes it's good with these top rankings. They're always good for this brand. And everybody played along last night. It was great. And that's what people like to do. And they like to give their opinions. And I like to have their opinions out there. And yeah, that could be added into the DC stuff too. I haven't even thought about that yet because every time there's, yeah, and that actually is not going to be as, before you just said that, the DC rankings weren't going to be as long, but now if you add in the animated movies into that, that could be catastrophic. Maybe. I don't know how we're going to do that. I know we're going to do the best franchises. We're going to rank them the best franchises of all time, and we're going to do that too, and we're going to do some other stuff, and I do, and sometimes we just do the top 5 because then if we do top 25, it takes too long. So, but I do appreciate everybody for tuning in. I want to say this, that we have a Wednesday show called Steelers Dynasty Podcast. We are 3 away from 400. And then we're actually 103 away of getting to 500. I don't know how that works to get, I guess, monetized. I really don't know. I've been trying to study it, and we've been actually chipping away at this big, huge iceberg. and doing it the organic way. And if you guys haven't subscribed to that channel, it's all Steelers football. Myself and Shane on Wednesdays at 9 o'clock. Tuesdays, it's me and Shane, and then Mark from Steelers Nation Australia actually runs the boards in Australia, and then we stream the show to the Dynasty channel on YouTube. And then tonight and last night, the experience, I put it all on my personal Facebook page to actually try to get people to interact, and that's a good thing. So, and then I'm going to talk a lot of independent wrestling tonight. There's a lot of shows going on in the next tomorrow until the 22nd of June. It is stacked like no other I've ever seen. It's always stacked like that. If you're a pro wrestling fan, that's great. It's a great time to be in central and western Pennsylvania. And a lot of these shows are very entertaining. And if you lived in the area, if you got to pick and choose, these are the ones that you want to go to. And then definitely, I'm looking, and my show is actually the only show on a Sunday out of all these shows. So I'm hoping for, we're going to be getting down to the nitty gritty. I'm going to be putting posters out, and I'm going to be doing that this weekend, and it's Memorial Day weekend. So please do not drink and drive. Well, oh, yes, they do. I totally agree with that. They do a better job. They definitely do a better job. I mean, Marvel has a couple, but nothing like DC. DC actually blows them out of the water. Oh, I'm not running anywhere, Craig. I need to get back into where I need to be. I only worked out twice this week, and I feel whatever. There's not enough time in the day to get stuff done. Oh, I do too. But I'm a little older, and it hurts. It seriously hurts. Hey, Kelly, how you doing? Hopefully you're feeling a little better. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. These two YouTube channels, The Experience and The Dynasty. A lot of Steeler stuff going on, and I appreciate everybody that jumps on that site and then comes on this site. Once again, if you're the first time here, I had to split both of the topics into two different channels. I've been doing this since 2018 in one form or another. I used to do this just audio, ladies and gentlemen, and I was doing it out of SoundCloud, and I was getting a little bit, I wasn't getting too bad in it. And then I hooked up with my buddy Todd DeFazio of Idiot Radio, and then the Triple B Experience was on that to give you a little bit of history for the people that, that hasn't jumped on, or just to rehash a little bit. And then the Triple B Experience was everything all in one. The Steelers, pulp culture with the Marvel stuff, Star Wars, and then the pro wrestling. It was split into like 45 minutes, and there's so much newsworthy stuffs in those items. And actually, it was Mark that actually told me, Bubba, you can't put all your stuff into one. You need to split off your channel and do it that way, because the algorithms of YouTube aren't catching it. Hey, Kenny, nice to see you too, brother. How was the ACDC concert? I'm sure it was killer. I heard some people that went to that, and they said it was phenomenal. So I hope you had a good time. And everybody, Kenny Meyer has his famous halftime report during the Steelers, where he does stuff for charities. He raises a lot of money during the season, and you guys can check out Kenny Meyer on his Facebook. If you're a Steeler fan, he'd love to talk to you. He's a wrestling fan. He's a rock and roller. So, and in Akadaka, yes, which I did not know that was Australian for ACDC. Thanks to Mark, because it seems like I learn something new every time I'm on a show with him. It's amazing. And hopefully he's doing good. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark is getting enough coins so he can get to Ireland. He's going to go over there to watch the Steelers play Minnesota. So if anybody can join his channel, Steelers Nation Australia. Let me get it here. I got the icon. You can share it with all your friends and family. This is one of his icons right here. He's looking to go to Australia. He's trying to book his airplane ticket. He's trying to book his hotel room. He's coming over for the draft and tickets and stuff. And it's going to be crazy to get over here during that time. He said it was like $1,000 for hotel rooms in the Pittsburgh area during a draft. Oh, let me get to some comments. Oh, okay. Okay, right on. Oh, nice. I've seen him 5 times, man. And it's amazing that Angus can still rock and roll. You know, that AC/DC is my favorite band of all time. So, I mean, it's cool that they can still do it. I know right now that the Billy Joel concert in Pittsburgh has to be rescheduled. He's got some issues. And that's not good. Oh, that is awesome. Oh my God, that is great. Oh, that's awesome, Kenny. You need to hook up with Mark. There'll be a little bit of contingency, Steeler Nation over there in Ireland, because I'll run the controls over here, you know, and then we got ready to stuff to do. Yeah, he probably will. Yeah, because I ate some chicken tonight, but I had a couple hot dogs, and that's not. It's Memorial Day weekend. Hey Matt, thanks for tuning in. Matt is part of the crowd that does cancer for wrestling for cancer in Uniontown every year. Once a year, they do it. Fabian's on the hill right now, probably drinking a little cup of cocktails. But I just think that that AC/DC concert. And then Kenny, I'm going to ask you that hopefully you got a couple scalper T-shirts, because that would be great. You know what I mean? To get a couple shirts for $20, because I think concert shirts are probably going for like $40 or $50 now. Oh, you're kind. Oh well, hey, it is what it is. Thank you, Paul. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Paul from Black Ridge. Uh, Paul, where are you playing at next? Jurgles, downtown Indiana, Pittsburgh, Du Bois, Punxsutawney, the old Ramada Inn, which is the Holiday Inn. I think you guys were there. I think you guys played at Raindrop, I think. And I swear to God, I'm gonna see you sometime very, very soon. It's just I've been so busy, and it's just been hard. Like I got like 5 or 6 graduation parties. I just got invited to another graduation party today. I got 2 weddings to go to, and I got to run a wrestling show on June 22nd. And tickets, you can go to www.apwfwrestling.com. Terry, how you doing? Hope everything was good. I got Facebook going live. I got the chat. Now StreamYard can see you guys can see all the chat comments from everything to the side of me here, because StreamYard is actually adding new features, which is surprising. So, but I still need to put the comments up on the screen so people can see them, because I don't know how good that is, because unless I'm looking at my big screen TV. So let's see where Blackridge is at. The Fun House at Mr. Smalls. Oh, nice. This Saturday we'll be in Blairsville, Chestnut Ridge, May 30th. So if you guys are into music and you want to listen to a band, go out and check out Black Ridge. You know, so it's good. I got a couple of musicians in the house. You guys like the same stuff that I'm talking about. So I praise you, and I appreciate all your guys' support. I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. I'm running this channel. We got over 1,000 subscribers, but I need watch time. I need 5,000 hours of watch time to, I guess, get this monetized. That's okay. This is my baby, and I'm okay with that. The Steelers Dynasty podcast. We're 103 away from 500. we have the watch time for that. I have almost that I'm very, very proud to say me and Shane have been working our asses off. Our Steelers podcast almost got 100,000 views. And this channel is very, very close also to 100,000 views. So 2 channels at almost 200,000 views. It's coming. It's very, very slow. Very, very slow. And I'm telling you guys tonight, I am trying to work out a huge deal to interview somebody that is just would blow your mind. It will blow your fucking mind. But also, next week, I will be interviewing Bill Alfonso, the manager of RVD and the late, great Sabu. Potter, Bobby's going to be on the show, and we are going to bring in Bill Alfonso. We're going to do a recorded thing in the studio here because the Triple B Experience actually sponsored a Bruiser Brody shirt, and I'm going to bring it up here. I have it in my lovely side banner here where I got thousands of pictures. And this is the shirt right here. He was selling it and he was giving it to Bruiser's wife. All the proceeds go to the Bruiser Brody's family. The Experience, as you see right there, the icon on this shirt, sponsored this t-shirt. And I didn't know that we were going to get a logo on this. I did not know this at all. And I am very honored that that we were on it. And if anybody in the wrestling world knows who Bruiser Brody was, he was a bad mammer jammer. He was, God bless him. Tragically got killed in Puerto Rico. It was ridiculous. Oh, when is that? When is that? That's awesome. Let me know when that open mic is. I got a lot of stuff going on, Paul. I mean, I'm going to get next week. I got a whole bunch of stuff, and I've been in contact. I'm afraid to even say this because this might not go. I was on. Now I do a little bit of TikTok. I have a TikTok account. Okay. I've done 2 lives, and I know I've talked about it on the show. And when I done TikTok live, it gets very, very, very vulgar, and it's crazy, and it's trolling and this and that. It's not like it YouTube. But I want to go and try to see if I can make a go out of it, do a live stream. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I would like to do a live stream, me watching Steelers Super Bowls or something like that. I don't know if you can copyright that. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Shane. Yeah, that's what it is. But I was on somebody's famous live today, and she actually answered my questions. And I don't even know what Friendster is. I have no clue. Well, MySpace, I was in that a long, long time ago. I remember MySpace was just Facebook was all college back in the day, and if you weren't in college, you couldn't get on Facebook back in the day. And then MySpace, that's how I did a lot of wrestling stuff. That's how I tried to network. I mean, that's actually how I got a hold of people when I was working at the K Arena to make sure they come to work. Yeah, it was that and my friend Tom and your friend Tom, good at finding music. Yeah, I mean, one of these days we're gonna have to do, and and I know Shane's listening because we do a lot of movies and stuff, and a lot of TV shows and stuff like that. But we are gonna have to do like our top music acts that we like personally. I think that would be interesting. Now, I don't know if you could go with bands, you could go with singers, you could go with duos. The top 10 music acts of all time in your own personal opinion. I think everybody would like to play with that. And I like to hear everybody's and see everybody's choices. You know, it's what favorite is. I don't even know where that's. I don't even know what that's at. Oh, okay. You agree with that one? Oh, that would be good right there. Wait a minute. Wait, where's top 10 classic rock metal bands? Okay, but would metal be a different category than rock, though? See, that could be, yeah. Hey, that's cool, brother. You got an open invite for that one. Yeah, because I think the Thursday show is going to be doing all these top 10 stuff, and then periodically talk about stuff that we watched, me and Shane and Cable, because we got the Superman movie coming up, and then the Fantastic Four, and maybe Jurassic Park for me. But that's about it for me that I can think of going to the movies. You know, yeah. But I want to say, if you live in Indiana County, okay, and this is the only place in Indiana County that you can get these tickets, okay? And I have a big marquee to thank everybody that has partnered up with me. It's not sponsorship; it's more partnered up. To try to build some kind of something in Indiana to bring entertainment into from the wrestling world out to the masses. So I was and this is the only place in Indiana where you can get your tickets. I dropped them off at Phil's the other day. I went out and got smoked pasta salad. That's right. I'll say it one more time. Smoked pasta salad, smoked deviled eggs. Now the thing about PP and J's out on 286 before you get to Clymer is it used to be a barbecue restaurant before COVID. And God bless Phil. He's a workaholic. He had lung cancer. It's in remission. And he's doing really, really good. And he brought it back. He turned it into a convenience store, but then he brought it back to actually cook food and stuff like that. And he's looking for like a couple waitresses to give him a hand because he cannot, run an establishment, cooking and doing everything is very, very hard. It's hard. But I was over there last night and I got some more smoked pasta salad. So and I got some nachos, muchachos, he calls it. I fuck it up. But here is okay, and I always talk about those Buckeyes. If you guys like Buckeyes, here's his display of Buckeyes. Now look at that. He goes through all that. He sells all that and more. Okay, those are his Buckeyes. He does deli meat. I get my turkey, and we get our American cheese over there. And he's been a sponsor in my wrestling company since I came back. So this is the fourth show that he's partnered up and sponsored. So, and I'm doing everything I can to get people out there to see what he has. And if you want to drink a beer and eat a pulled pork barbecue sandwich, well, you can. But also, too, that's right. He's got cold beer to go. And you can have beer. You can drink a beer while you're eating your food because here's his pasta. Look at that. That smoked deviled eggs, pasta, spicy tomatoes, I think it is, basil tomatoes. But that smoked pasta is in those containers. Right there below that, guys, is the smoked deviled eggs. I'm telling you, if you, I've never had smoked anything until I went to PP and J's, and Phil. I'm telling you. Oh, okay. Well, that could Craig. I like Metallica too. Jethro Tull's not bad. All right. Yeah, it's that Marion Center. If you sneeze, you went through it. Oh, I see Metallica 4 or 5 times. I worked the security for Faith No More, Metallica, and Guns N' Roses in Three River Stadium. I actually did that. You know. Oh, yes. And I actually I know a couple of the band guys. They went to Homer City. I follow them on my and Chelsea Thompson is the lead singer, and Chelsea won a karaoke contest at Hogan's Bar, and she met Hulk Hogan, and she got a title. And actually, this is a funny story. Actually, the house that my parents that I was born and raised in, Chelsea actually lived in that house before I moved in there. You know, so that's I want to hear the Warriors song. The Hogan song was pretty good. They play at Levity a lot. So and they're on my Facebook and I do share them. So I try to share everybody. I'm the guy who actually promotes everybody else, and that's how it is. I just want to share stuff out there for everybody. If I could do this stuff full time, I would. Steve, how you doing? That's what I want to do. I can try to help people through this format. Yeah, Chelsea. Yep, yep. Like I said, she used to live in a house that I grew up in. That's funny. She's about I'm a little older than she is though, because she went to Marion Center briefly, I believe. Yeah. See? Yeah. Yeah. She went to Marion Center. Yeah, she won. She won the. Hogan gave her a belt and everything, man. It's awesome. But yeah, I share it on my Facebook because my Facebook now is I guess I'm a digital creator now on Facebook. It's public, I guess. So I just post. I don't do a lot of Steelers stuff on there because all my Steeler news goes on the Steelers Dynasty Facebook page. You guys can check that out if you're Steeler fans. I post, I share a lot of stuff, a lot of news on that site. Because back in the day, my personal Facebook page was a lot of Steeler stuff. You know, I got a gift for you. Okay, well, you don't have to get me anything. I just appreciate your support that we're going to get you on um, for that definitely for that music ranking, and that'll be cool when people can actually when they take part in that. Cuz last night everybody took part in their 25 movies and it was good. And the thing about last night was Shane fucking cheated because Shane did multiple packs of movies. So if it was the Back to the Future saga, he put all three movies as one. So Shane circumstance the rules and regulations sometimes, and he gets away with it. Yeah, yours was good. Gene's was good too. You and Gene had a good one. Cable had more MCU movies than I thought he would. Um, but some people had some good movies. I had like movies that I like. I didn't have any like tearjerker movies. You know. Well, that's Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk right there. That's the host right there out of J Town. I tell you what, a big shout out to Larry Stryker, and let me get his stuff. Let me see if I have it here. Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk. Him and JJ and Reese. They try to be. They're entertaining. They talk pro wrestling. They talk about some other stuff. But a big hats off to Larry Stryker, who helps me do media stuff. He helps with the APWF website and all that stuff, and putting out these graphics that he's put out. Like this is our main event right here. That's all Larry. Rhino is fighting Vince Valor, and then Rhino's going to have a meet and greet. We're going to have a meet and greet at 2:00, and we got 9 exciting matches. We had to change the card up a little bit. Now we had Ava Brooks fighting Lalaya James. Couldn't make it, so we got Ava Brooks a new opponent. So this is going to be Ava Brooks' new opponent. Let me get the banner off here. It was formerly known as Scarlett. I've seen her wrestle before when she wrestled for Fight Underground. She is a mauler. So Ava Brooks is going to have to pack her lunch come Sunday afternoon on the 22nd because Liberty is coming to Indiana, Pennsylvania. So if stuff happens, we try to, because, card is subjects to change, but also too, if stuff happens, we try to make things happen. And then this individual, we got him booked. He was on the first APWF show. We got Price Pure Gold. He's coming back, and he is going to be going against Cowpoke Paul. So, because we had some cancellations. Cowpoke Mambo was going to Japan. So anybody that's going to Japan, I mean, things happen, but we got it taken care of. We got 9 exciting matches, and we're looking to pack the house because part of the percentage of the ticket sales is going to go for the Teddy Bear Fund Drive. Hey, Ralph Williams. Ralph Williams is in the house, Sports Corner. Ralph moved out of Pittsburgh area. He's down in Maryland. He's doing all his shows. If you need to subscribe to Ralph Williams, check him on YouTube. He's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, all that stuff. Yeah, and Rhino was on AEW the other week. He wrestled for the NWA World Title. So wow. Speaking of Larry Stryker, Larry's into Facebook. See, I just said his name 3 times and he appears. He's like Beetlejuice. So yeah, we got an exciting card. Hey, professional wrestling right now, like I said, starting this show is hot. It is super hot right now. And there is some shows, and I'll get to the APWF stuff again, and I'll get to my, the sponsorship. But there is tons of shows. Now, tomorrow night, if you're in the Butler area, okay, this is, salute to the heroes. Beastman, their champion, Victor Benjamin. This is the Dan Polinsky Federation, the old Far North Wrestling. If you guys know the wrestling business, you know who Dan Polinsky is. He's the father of Corey Graves and Sammy Adonis. And they will be wrestling tomorrow, 7:30. Myself and Shane has been in this Crystal Room. It's a nice little venue. It's Memorial Day weekend. If you don't have plans, go down and see some wrestling action. And if you see Dan Polinsky, tell him you saw this show on the Triple B Experience and Bubba Brewer was promoting it. So let me get back to some hey Larry, what's up? Oh, he's up to his neck in buffalo sauce. I ate some chicken tonight, but I had a couple hot dogs. I'm not eating right. I got to get focused. Hey, horsepower. I got some stuff that you're gonna like here coming up momentarily. Horsepower is wrestles for PWX. Appreciate you checking us out. Speaking of wrestling, it's a new wrestling company, formerly PWX. I can't remember every goddamn wrestling company known to mankind. I try, but remember, I had a couple concussions. But also too, I think they're running 2 shows in June. This is one of the shows right here. This is Friday night. At the McKeesport, $15 general admission, $20 front row. This is another company, I believe. It's the same company, just different wrestling. So that's and then also this is the show here. Bad Reputation. Pretty Boy Smooth, NWA is going to be there. It's also Saturday night, and there's like 17 other wrestling shows Saturday night. But if you're in that area in McKeesport, You could see Horsepower and Pretty Boy Smooth, you know, and oh, Anthony. Oh, I see. I talk about people and oh, the singer from Post Traumatic says hi. Awesome. Awesome. And like I said, I share their stuff on my personal Facebook page. I'm a Hogan fan. I like their Hogan jam. I want to hear the Warrior one. You guys, if you're listening and make a Roddy Piper one, that would be kick ass, and a Road Warrior one. Because you can't get, I mean, you crossed all the vibes with that one. Maybe throw Jake the Snake in there and an Undertaker. You could capitalize on rock and wrestling like no other. No, Anthony, thank you. But yeah, I do like that tune. I think it's a fucking kick-ass tune. You know, and they do the, if you guys get to Post Traumatic, their Facebook site, they actually do kind of like a video where this Hogan song, it's actually WWE footage. So until they get a cease and desist from Vince, which is not happening now because Vince is like my next door neighbor now because he can't get a wrestling company. He just got billions. So yeah, hey, I got a lot. Damn, I got a lot of people in here tonight. Awesome. I appreciate it. I'll get to your guys' comments. Anthony, thank you guys so much. Post Dramatic. We need to get those guys on too. Interview them because that would be worth it. You know what I mean? Like, we need a big, huge rock and wrestling, man. Rock and wrestling. Well, we talked about it out at PP&J's. Phil did about getting some music and maybe putting a wrestling match show on, and at PP&J's outside. And maybe that could be done. I mean, I've always wanted to do Bubbalooza. That'd be awesome. You know. Yes, it did, Quake. Yep. I appreciate you too. Thank you so much, Anthony. Thanks for watching on a Friday night. Okay. All right. Yeah, and when that happens, let me know. I'll help. I'll spread the word. I'll spread the word. And yeah. You guys probably at Raindrop, probably. That would be awesome. Oh, I know where that's at. Send me a banner. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Well, everybody's helping everybody out, and that's the way it should be. If everybody helps everybody out in any kind of walk of entertainment, from bands to sporting events to podcasting, it just works hand in hand. It's a network here, people. You know, this is my format, which I try. If I could do this full time and make money, and my wife could be like, "Oh, baby, you're making money doing this," and God bless America. Yeah, I could retire from my other job. You know, ooh, I like that. Rocket Life in Island. I know where that's at. Well, speaking of that, Paul, I was going to do that at K Arena up over here to Hill here, and that would have been perfect because, man, that was back then. Because honestly, if I was running the K Arena now, you guys would be booked. You and fucking Post Traumatic. Both you guys would be booked up there on top of the hill. Because I booked 5-1. I booked Bad Days. I almost got fired. Here's a story. I almost got fired booking Bad Days for a rodeo because they wanted country music. And I said, no, we're going to have rock. And I was going to get fired. They didn't like it. And I'm like, look, you're going to see the same thing. You're going to see people drinking and having fun, listening to rock. And Bad Days, Rob kicked ass and was phenomenal. And it didn't miss a beat in a rodeo. So, oh, sweet. All right. Definitely. Bring the whole band on. Hell yeah, man. Yep, I like it. Oh, the I remember going to the Brown Hotel back in the day. Hey, the Brown Hotel was a good place for music. You know what I mean? Uh, yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, 5-1, man. That was 5-1, Paul, was my first because when I was the general manager at K Arena, owned by the K's, um, that was all country. And they weren't going to let me. And I had a talk with Frankie Johnson and Greg and all those guys. I took them upstairs on the second level. And here's a little bit behind the scenes stuff here, people. I'm like, hey guys, this is an opportunity. You know what I mean? And fucking go out there and show them what you guys got because I know you guys are that good. Go out there and kick some fucking ass and blow the roof off this place. And it was packed, and they did a hell of a job. They did a hell of a job. So yeah, I've always got the utmost respect for 5-1. I mean, and I got the utmost respect for Frankie Johnson. Frankie did security at the last show, and he had to kick somebody out, and he escorted him out nicely. You know what I mean? He did the old Patrick Swayze cooler kind of thing. Um, yep, and I believe Rogers will be signed to a Steeler uniform here very, very shortly, but he's not going to do OTAs. So I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I can tell you a whole bunch of stories of the K Arena, man. I was a rock and roll guy working in a fucking country music place. Oil and water, brother. Let me tell you the story about how what's his name? Jason Aldean's my biggest fuck up ever. Biggest fuck up ever. Jason Aldean's manager called me in my office at the K Arena, and they were coming through Buffalo, New York. They were coming through, and they wanted to play at the K Arena, and I did not have a clue who fucking Jason Aldean was, and I said, "Nope, I'm not interested." My biggest blunder ever. I didn't know because then all of a sudden he exploded. I could have got him for a hot dog and a handshake up on top of the hill here on a Thursday night, and he was coming through. My biggest blunder of being a general manager and trying to book bands and shit because I didn't know I wasn't in the country music. I like Johnny Cash, and that's it, man. And God bless Toby Keith, Waylon Jennings, that old shit, not this new stuff. You know, I mean, I was working out with Dirk Bentley one time. I didn't even know it was fucking Dirk Bentley. He's like, "Hey, can I work in with you in the lat pull down machine?" I'm like, "Yeah, you can." And then the girl goes, "Oh my God, that's Dirk Bentley, Bubba." I said, "I have no clue who it is." I said, "But if you want to, if he's somebody special and you want to meet him, I'll introduce you to him." You know, and I think he was playing at the fairgrounds at the FOP. I am not getting a Rogers jersey. Yeah, yeah. Your mom saw him in Vegas. I could have had him before he got big, and that could have made my management career in the bar business better than it was. I mean, I was a good manager. It had made me a great manager. I mean, I do like the book stuff, but yeah, I was like, nope, I don't know who you are. I'm not interested. Yeah, and then David Allen Coe, I knew who the fuck he was. I could have got him, but you know, this Pee Wee. I don't know about that, but yeah. Well, I mean, this was supposed to be a little bit of indie wrestling. I'm just going off. Sometimes you just got to go off canter, and you just got to shoot from the hip. You know. But yeah, I messed up a couple times when I was the bar manager. I'm not going to deny it, but it was like an HBO special. You know what I mean? Like 22 months of crazy, chaotic craziness up on top of. Now it's Penn Mechanical. So if you're coming off of 119, that big huge building to your left hand side used to be a rodeo bar, the longest bar on this side of the Mississippi. at over 245 feet around. And then you could look at the window, you could drink a beer, look at the window and look out and see the arena, but it was a problem to get the food right, because if you tried steak dinners, you know what I mean? Sometimes it'd be great. Steak dinner would be good. And then it would just be like, it would be like shoe leather. You know what I mean? And I could tell stories over stories, man. John Tafer from Bar Rescue could have fucking rescued me, because it was $1 million operation there on a $200 advertising budget. What are we talking about tonight? Everything, brother. Everything. Thank you. Post-Dramatics in the house. Look, I will promote and advertise anybody I possibly can on my Facebook, social media, on this show. Like I said, coming up next week, I have an interview with the referee and manager of extraordinaire, Bill Alfonso Fonzie, the manager of RVD and the late great Sabu. Yeah, I know you know that bar. There hasn't been any bar like it since. There's no entertainment in Indiana like that back then. We had a mechanical bull, Troy Fritz, Diamond Troy Justice was running the bull. You know what I mean? I mean, it was 22 months of craziness. I wasn't into the rodeo stuff, but it was very cool to see buffalo, I think I saw a buffalo up there once. And, I took the rodeo clown back to the Pittsburgh airport on my way to a Steeler game. Yeah, yep. So, I mean, it was something. I mean, back in the day, the Rose Inn was something on Thursday nights too. I'm a walking connoisseur of bar knowledge in the mid 90s to 2010. Right now, I have no idea. I am out of that limelight and out of that stuff. I have no idea. I know Raindrop does bands. I know Rosin does food. Uptown is sometimes like tumbleweeds. I mean, El Patty's serve food. Marty's been doing what he's been doing. I think Wolfendale's is still open. The Villa down in Blairsville is remodeled and open, and there's a couple places, but it's not like it used to. I mean, at Mavericks is the old Captain Curly's in Homer. They got $1 burgers tomorrow. I have yet to been there, but I heard the burgers are good. So, it's a different time. I mean, it's Friday night at 9:49, and I'm doing a podcast where 30 years ago I'd either be at the Rose Inn, partying like a rock star, or slushing drinks. Times have changed, I guess. And I'm kind of better for it. I mean, I don't like to get in trouble anymore, but trouble seems to follow me, though. But yeah, and I want to say about this company too. Every Thursday night on IndyWrestling.us, which was a sponsor and a partner of right here of the Allied Powers Wrestling Federation, you can watch all the independent wrestling. They have a couple companies. We are one of them that is shown on IndyWrestling.us. Our last show at the Castle was streamed worldwide. My buddy Mark in Australia was watching it. You know what I mean? So that is something good. So, and anyway, I also got this interview with Rhino. He's coming in June 22nd. Meet and greet with the man beast. He's goring somebody probably, and thank God it ain't me. So, but there's a whole bunch of shows, like I said, going on at the independent stuff. And this is the tier for 880 Wrestling. They have a Patreon site, all that stuff. If you're interested in donating and helping out the cause, like I said, independent wrestling in Western Pennsylvania is very, 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 very huge. Like this federation right here, KSWA, June 14th. This federation this is his last year. They're going out with a bang. This federation has been here for over 20 years, but this in 2025 is its last year. So if you're in the general vicinity, Go check them out. And also, everybody and their brothers running on, like I said, on June 21st, Saturday night. You got Unleashed, RWA. You got a good old Jack Swagger is going to be in town. And then you got Imagine Wrestling. There's two companies wrestling the same night. And then you got Bad Reputation again. That's another company wrestling the same night. And then you got this one here, Bill Collier versus Duke Davis, Steel Cage, IWC, also Saturday night. And you also got TNA in Pittsburgh Friday and Saturday. And then you got Rise, June 14th in Uniontown. So, I mean, it is a hot spot for professional wrestling. Okay. And my company just runs Sundays right now because I don't want to compete with everybody, as you can see. Like, I would not be able to get any wrestlers because there's 4 other companies running the same day. I can't do that, So, yeah, I'm going to go on a couch here pretty soon myself. I have to work tomorrow, which sucks. I need to hit the Powerball. Yes, I've heard that. I've not got a chance to go down there, but I've heard it, And look, people, and if people out there, remember, you help me, I help you. If you throw the Experience or the Steelers Dynasty podcast out there to the masses, I'll throw your product out there too. Like you can go to PP&J's and go out and see Phil once again. And you can get all this. I'll tell you what, I'm telling you, that food, that smoked pasta salad is fucking awesome. Smoked deviled eggs. As crazy as it sounds so good. And I ate some yesterday, and I ate the whole container. You can get, like I said, you can go out and get some beer, and then if you got dessert flavors right there, your Buckeyes, you can get them out there. I get a couple, like 3 or 4. I can't eat too many, but yeah, I would love to. I would love to hit the Powerball. I wouldn't have to work again. And if I did, and if I would open up my own entertainment mecca, I think. But I don't know if I'd want a business because that's just that's a headache waiting to happen. But yeah, the Powerball be something, devil. Yeah, that'd be something. I mean, I do play. But let me see here. What else? Oh, I want to thank Shadco for being a sponsor, and also Cricket in Indiana for being a partnership sponsor for the APWF show in June. I got a lot, and my cousin Tina. If you guys need any property, houses, give my cousin Tina a call. She's been selling houses like gangbusters lately, so yeah. You got to go out to the Mustang Ranch. Oh shit, that's funny. So, yep. And like I said, here's a couple matches right there. Spencer Slade, NWA superstar versus Thomas Kennedy. Slade is $1 million fucking dollars, man. He is wrestling Bill Collier once again up in Erie tomorrow night, and it's going to be another Matt Classic. And then we got the podcaster extraordinaire tagging up with Jake Wiley. Marcus D'Angelo, he's the podcaster for Jake the Snake Roberts and Hacksaw and Ted DiBiase. And I think his brother Dominic's going to be accompanying him. Then we got Glenn Spector, the Big Boss Man, versus Isaiah Prince. And then this one, Braden, the Professional Elliot, versus the Real Deal Matt McCoy. And this is going to be a good one. Zach Nystrom versus Caden Christenfer. This is going to be 2 Brahma Bulls, ladies and gentlemen. You got to get your tickets. And then this one here, Rhino versus Vince Valor. Valor's a Buffalo boy. He's been gaining titles in every company he's been wrestling at, but he's been here at the APWF a couple times. He's a vicious hombre, and Rhino is Rhino, former last ECW World Heavyweight Champion, 2-time SmackDown champion, tag team champion with Heath Slater, and he's a TNA Hall of Famer. and he just wrestled for the NWA World Title a week ago. And this is our main event. This match has never happened before, ever, in any independent wrestling company at all. This is big time Bill Collier versus Gorgeous Gregory. I wanted it last year. I booked it. We got it booked this year. This is a match that's never happened before, and I don't know when it'll happen again, but it's going to shake the pillars of Indiana, Pennsylvania at the S&T Bank Arena come June 22nd. Doors open at 2 p.m. A meet and greet with Rhino. Bell time's 3 o'clock. 9 exciting matches. And I appreciate you guys for just hanging out with me. I appreciate the music talk, the movie talk, the wrestling talk. This is why this show is called The Experience, because my experiences come out. If you're looking to need something shared or something promoted, please private message me. I will share it. I will put it on. I will put it on this show. I will put it on my Steelers Dynasty podcast, where we are very, very close of getting monetized. I don't know what that means, but it just means that my and Shane's hard work is paying off. I'm the diehard Steeler fan. Shane is the realist, but we make it as entertaining as we can be. I'll be going to training camp. And if Aaron Rodgers signs or there's something, I'll do a quick video as quick as I can. And every Wednesday night, like clockwork, we are on live every Wednesday. Thursday nights at 9 o'clock, myself, Shane comes on, Cable comes on. We talk pulp culture. Next week, we're going to do the MCU rankings, and then we're going to do DC, and then we're going to do franchises. And then we just threw the music one in here tonight. That was an idea. And then we're going to bring Paul from Black Ridge on as a guest with his music expertise. And we'll do that before Superman and Fantastic Four comes out in July. And most of the time, I'm doing podcasts from Tuesday to Friday. So I'm doing podcasting 4 days a week. And if I get an interview here and there, and I'd like to get some interviews from the wrestlers up for the upcoming Redemption show at the S&T Bank Arena. And like I said, Tuesday I will be interviewing Potter, and he's going to be coming with Fonzie, Bill Alfonso, the manager of RVD and Sabu, and we're going to talk, and you know what I mean. And that's another person added to my list of interviews. So my interview skills are getting better, you know. And thanks, Devil. I appreciate you, brother. Devil has been with us, me and Shane, on every show we possibly do while he's out clanging and banging in the gym, out west. And we appreciate him. He's a funny one, and he comes up with some good stuff. And you guys from Indiana County, if you don't go to the Steelers Dynasty podcast, you don't see the community that we have with Steelers Nation Australia and those people who are such diehard Steeler fans as myself. I mean, we ride and die with the Pittsburgh Steelers during our shows and during our live streams and all that. And, I love it, man. I love doing this too. I love talking pulp culture. I love talking wrestling. We are doing what we need to do in 2025 to get bigger than we can be. It doesn't matter about awards of the radio station with the best podcast, because honestly, I know I have the best podcast in Indiana County, and I also am the hardest working podcaster in Indiana County. And we will get the numbers where they need to be. We'll spread the word, and I appreciate all the support. But before I get out of here, I want to thank all my sponsors and give them a big shout out, for partnering up with me to help with this wrestling show. But these are all the partners that I have. Okay, Shadco Cricket, Aflac with Shane Brandenburg. If you guys know Shane, you guys need some Aflac, catch him. Lynn Haven Personal Care Home, Kenny Myers, Steelers, famous Steelers halftime report, Troy Fritz, The Castle and Main Street Hobby, JT Toys and Collectibles, Twitch, Steve Guzman, Okay. I got to get, wait, let me see. Let me do something here because, uh, oh, well, Jeff Boost, JP, Remodeling and Construction, Yucatan Tanning Salon. My cousin, Chris Brewer's one realtor, one group, Indy Wrestling.us, No Tides Films, young kid doing videos, Kevin Shields' son. And then PP&J's, the only ticket out place in Indiana County that you can go out there, get your tickets, grab something to eat, and talk to Phil, and he'll hook you up. And Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk. So that is all the sponsors that helping me out on this show. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Get your tickets. I'm going to be promoting this like gangbusters, putting posters out where they need be. I got a radio interview here in June, and also I'm going to be doing another Fox Channel 8 interview about the show. And here it is right there, Redemption. You'll see this poster everywhere in Indiana County. Get your tickets, www.apwfwrestling.com. I appreciate all the businesses that partnered up and sponsored with me. And if you want to partner up and sponsor with me, buy your ticket. Let's show everybody that Indiana County can pack the house for professional wrestling like all these other companies that I showed you tonight. There is no doubt in my mind that the Allied Powers Wrestling Federation is just as good as they are. You know what I mean? So we got to pack the house. We can get a lot of people in that place. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Everybody have a great Memorial Day weekend. Be safe and you know, don't drink and drive. Call a taxi. So, you know, but let me one more time. I'm going to get that because Boothy's thing was right there. JP Building and Remodeling, because I took the comments out. So once again, these are all the sponsorships. Check out, if you live in Indiana County, check out these local businesses and support local businesses, support small time businesses. Just support everybody as you can because it makes the world a better place. Okay, everybody, have a great Memorial Day. Thank you guys for coming on. And once again, it's a wrap. It's a Triple B experience. Thank you guys and peace out. Remember, like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your mom. Tell your dad. Tell your grandmother to subscribe. See you.